Hey Jules, welcome back to my channel. Again, it is officially Natalia Turner. And so today we're going to be talking about how to buy a home. And I am a Texas licensed realtor. I'm going to be explaining to you the process on how to buy a home so that you're educated and that you're comfortable with the purchase that you're going to make. And why? Because I want to give you knowledge. I want to give you understanding so that you can flourish, that you can get the dream home that you want, and for the prices that you need to get it as, and then all your worries, everything else can just be faded away because you feel like, okay, I'm going into this process that is a huge investment. You're going into it with knowledge and understanding on how this process works, and it makes you feel that much more confident and feel like, hey, I'm not getting scammed, I'm not getting ripped off, but I understand what's going on in the midst of this process, right? So please make sure that you have like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Again, thank you. Welcome to any first-time watchers or first-time viewers. I hope that anything that I say, it inspires you and encourages you. So yes, let's jump right into it. I'm just excited about this video because I know that when I first bought my home, how I was nervous. There was a lot of different emotions going on through the process, and you're like, I just want this to be right. You're thinking like, how is this gonna go? What's over here? Do I need $1 million? Do I need $500,000? It's like all of these questions going on in your mind, and you're just trying to figure out where to start, right? You're trying to figure out what is it that I do so that I can become a homeowner and I'm able to call something that's mine. And I know that's exactly how you feel and what you so desire. So I'm going to make sure, and I hope that this information is useful to you. I hope that it's resourceful, and I hope that you can even share this video with someone that you maybe know that may not even be in Texas or that may be anywhere, and you're able to share this video with them and let them know this is a video showing the steps on how to go about becoming a homeowner. So I'm going into this video and I'm feeling confident, not only because I'm excited about the resources that I'm getting ready to share with you all, but I'm so excited because it's like I can almost smell it. Can you smell it? It's like I smell 2020, the year closing out with a bunch of new homeowners, and walking into 2021 like, hello, homeowner. Hello, hello, hello. Just a bunch of homeowners. Like, I smell it, right? To analyze your finances. This is so super important because many times we just get so super excited and we're just like, we want to go see a house, we want to go home shopping, we want to do this, we want to do that, but we don't have the necessary finances, an adequate amount of finances to obtain that amount of house that we're looking at, right? That's just the reality of it. So I want to address this common misconception that in purchasing a home, you have to have 20% down. Is it true? Is it false? I'm here to say that that is absolutely false. Lord knows that I did not have 20% down when I went into purchasing my home. And that's the misconception that scares a lot of us, and just wanting to make this investment or wanting to make this purchase. We're like, oh my gosh, I need 20% down. I don't have 20% down. So it kind of shuns us away from the whole process of going and moving forward and purchasing. The other great thing is that there are so many resources out there, especially in your specific state. You can just research or, reach out to a realtor or reach out to an agent if you are not in Texas, because if you're in Texas, you can just shoot me a DM and I'll be so happy to send you resources and other little links that you need. But there are programs out there that do specialize with first-time home buyers. There's down payment assistance programs. There are different programs that you can get depending on if you get an FHA loan or different loans that you qualify for. There are programs out there to where you are able to get assistance. So although you may have found a down payment assistance program to where you're able to pay 3% down, don't just expect to go to closing and feel like 3% is all that you're going to have to pay. I'll say, just to be on the safe side, always plan to roughly have a down payment of about 6% to 8%. And this just gives you a window to where you're able to have that wiggle room. And having this 6 to 8%, just say, for example, if we had a home, for simple math terms, if we had a home that was $100,000. So with a home that's $100,000, you're going to multiply that $100,000 by 6%, and with that 6%, that will get you $6,000. So basically, if you found a home that was $100,000 and you were expecting, because again, we want to keep that 6 to 8% window, and you were expecting to pay 6% at closing, you'll be roughly looking at bringing about $6,000 to closing that you will have to pay. Those numbers can vary. Those numbers can also fluctuate because it definitely depends on the home that you're going with and the home that you desire. So it depends on seller's concessions. It depends on negotiations. It depends on a lot of different variables. So you just want to make sure that you understand that whatever home you go with, if the asking price of the home is $450,000, you definitely want to use that same concept of multiplying by 6% or 8% to determine what your closing costs may be and the money that you will need to come out of pocket for. So again, I do not want you to be afraid of feeling like you need 20% down, and if you don't have 20% down, you don't think that you can purchase a house. But just make sure that whatever you do, you analyze your finances. And the purpose of us analyzing our finances, and I want to reiterate this, is because we want to make sure that we see a visual of what amount of funds are we working with. So then that allows us to know how much of a home can we afford, how much of a home should we even be looking at, because literally if we don't have the funds or the finances to pay for that house, then we shouldn't be looking at it, because in return, in looking for homes that we can't afford, that leaves us heartbroken. Right? So we want to make sure that you go into this process educated. We want to make sure that you go into this process well informed, and that you go into this process feeling confident and feeling that you're able to walk out of this on top, right? Because this is what it's about. And if I'm your realtor and I'm your real estate agent, that's what I want you to do. I want you to win. Step 2. So Step 2 is huge. I cannot stress this enough. I know that this was important when I went through my process of buying my home. So very important. Step 2 is to make sure that you are pre-approved and that you get pre-qualified. So pre-approval is so important because, again, many of us, I've been there, we all get so super excited. We're scrolling on all of these home websites looking at different homes to purchase, and many times we're looking above what we can afford. But so not only this video, but many other videos are out there to educate us, to inform us, so that we are more educated and informed about the process that we're going to go through. So again, make sure that you're pre-qualified, and this pre-qualified and pre-approval keeps you from being sad, because we don't want you sad. We want you to be excited about this process. We want you to be just so ecstatic about the investment and the journey that you're getting ready to embark upon with your family, with yourself, with your loved ones, whatever the case may be. So as a realtor, I want to be able to assure that I'm able to meet your real estate needs, and it helps us both know what amount of house can we start looking for you. So that's why it's super important to make sure that we go ahead and we get this done. So then after you become pre-approved, you're probably wondering like, okay, so what does me getting pre-approved do for me? Like, what's in it for me, right? So essentially the house is in it for you, but during the pre-approval phase is when the lenders and the banks are doing a deep dive into all of your information. So they're looking at your credit, they're looking at your W-2s, they're looking at your check stubs, they're looking at your prior work history, they're looking at everything about you, right? The only thing that they probably won't ask you is what you ate for dinner last night. Like, seriously. Or what was the name of your first pet, right? But they want to literally know every single thing about you, and they're making sure that, you know, the person that they're going to give this loan to, that you're credible, right? So they're making sure that if I loan you this money, do you have the credentials, or do you have the credit history of actually paying it back? So this is where the banks and the lenders go into this whole process of investigating. So once you receive the pre-approval letter, they're typically good for about 30 to 90 days, depending on the lender, depending on who you're borrowing from. But during this process, this is when we're actually finally able to look for homes. So now we know how much of a home that you're able to afford. So when we're able to see their pre-approval letter, it tells us this is what we qualify for. So it allows us to stay in the budget and in the realm of what we need to look for to you, because essentially our goal is to get you into your dream home. And again, if you're in Texas, I can help you with this process, and because I want to make sure that you're happy with your purchase, and I also want to make sure that you don't end up heartbroken or frustrated or upset or mad because you've been looking at a home that was $600,000. You found out you're approved for $200,000. But that's still wonderful. That's still a lot of house that you can get, and we can definitely make sure you're happy. So if you're in Texas, hope my Texas people are catching this. If you're in Texas and you are looking for a realtor to meet your needs, I'm your girl. Just be sure to connect with me, reach out to me, and I'll be sure to and happy to help and assist. So, step 3, find your home. So now that we got you all pre-approved and pre-qualified, we actually can go out with a realtor. Me, if you're in Texas, we can actually go out and we can start looking at homes. And this is what we want. So now we know how much of a home to look for you and what you can afford. So we're going to make sure that we're staying in that price range. So now that we're out, we can actually go out and shop for your dream home. We know how much you are approved for. We know how much your budget is and what you're working with. So typically, some buyers can find their house within 30 days. Some of them can find them the same day. Some people have already been researching online, so they have a whole save list of homes within their budget that they desire to look at. Some people see it the first day, they fall in love. Some people have to go through a few more houses to see what it is that they like. I think that I want to say that I found my home within maybe a few days or maybe within a few weeks of looking. I can't remember precisely, but it's something about when you find like your home, it's like you know it. Like even though you haven't closed yet, you haven't signed on a dotted line, it's something about when you see your home, you're like, this is mine. Like you start envisioning yourself being there. You start imagining yourself being laying on the floor, just laying on the carpet, or just sitting in the backyard, or just in the kitchen making meals, and like you just start imagining yourself, or in the mirror, you know, doing whatever, cutting your hair if you're, you know, a barber, or you're your own barber, or you're your own makeup artist, or whatever, just in the mirror, just enjoying the house. So congratulations. That's just the first congratulations. So now that you've actually found the home that you want and desire, your realtor, if you're in Texas, me, officially Natalia Turner, what I would then do, or if you're in any other state, what your realtor will begin to do at that point is actually build a CMA, comparative market analysis report for you. And what this report is, it actually compares the home that you're looking to purchase with other homes that was recently sold. They just make sure and check that what the house is listed as is actually worth that. So it just kind of gives us a general ballpark of making sure that the investment that you're getting ready to make, that is actually worth it. So from the CMA, the comparative market analysis report, you, the buyer, will then from there make your offer and submit your offer to the seller's agent. So once you submit your offer to the seller or the listing agent, there's 3 things that can happen. The seller can either accept your offer, yay, it's accepted, you go. Or your offer can be rejected, which means that they don't want anything to do with it, went with another buyer. And I know if it were what I would want to do at that point is I want to figure out what it is that we could have done better. I want to figure out, you know, what is it that my buyer needed that maybe my buyer did not have. I kind of want to do a little bit more digging because I want to make sure, you know, just so moving forward we can know what some things to make us more competitive as we are submitting offers. So I would definitely want to know what is it that caused us not to get the house or not to, you know, have our offer be accepted. The third thing that can happen is that they can counter your offer. And what that means is when your offer is countered, it's saying that, hey, okay, we want to work with you, but there's some things that we kind of want to tweak and some things that we want to change. So they're accepting your offer partially, but it's some things that they're maybe not accepting that we then have to go in, and your realtor has to go in, or me, will go in to do the proper documents for you, documentation to ensure that everything is taken care of. But if your offer has been rejected, I do not want you to get discouraged. please, please, please do not get discouraged. Know that there's still hope, and know that maybe that home just wasn't for you, right? There is always something better, even when it seems like, well, how can this be? This is what I wanted. But you must know and you must realize that there is something better for you, and you're going to find your dream home. So again, if your offer is rejected, do not lose hope. Keep going, keep searching, knowing that your dream home is going to come. That will be the next process for you as well, is making sure that your realtor and your real estate agent is negotiating for you and making sure that you are getting the best deal. I smell a homeowner coming. We are moving into step 4. So, step 4 is the inspection period. And it's just like what it sounds like. It is the period in which the home is being inspected. If you are located in Texas, that inspector should be a licensed inspector with TREC, which is the Texas Real Estate Commission. If you are in any other state, you just need to make sure that whatever inspector that you're going with, you want to make sure that they're a professional and an expert and a licensed inspector. So, what is an inspection period, right? So, magnifying glass. Yes. So, this inspection period is where you're actually seeing the condition of the home. It's actually being inspected by somebody that's licensed by a professional, and they're able to go and do all of their little tests that they run. Foundational issues. They're looking at the roof. They're looking at plumbing. They're looking at electrical work, electricity. They're looking at water pressure. Literally everything about the home they're looking at, and they're making sure that what you're getting ready to spend your hard money, hard-earned, hard-worked money on, that is actually worth it. So I would suggest, please, I would suggest all of my clients, I would suggest any future buyer out there, please get an inspection. Inspection periods can definitely be waived. It is not mandatory, but it's like I almost want to like I get sick thinking about somebody not getting an inspection period. Like sometimes people are like, well, I don't want to waste a couple $100 because I just paid for my inspection that came out of my own money, and now, you know, this, that, and the other, so I don't want to waste money. Please do not worry about that. I can't force you to do it, but I would just suggest you're getting ready to make an investment over $100,000s of dollars that, you know, you're investing into this property that you work for. Whatever, if I could suggest you, pull you by the collar, whatever I can do to encourage you and motivate you to get an inspection. Because again, during that inspection period, if you realize that something's wrong with the home after the inspection report has come back, and you make up in your mind that you no longer want to move forward with the contract, you no longer want to move forward with the purchase of the home, that period allows you the opportunity to get out of the contract. So I would personally, I would personally rather lose out on a couple $100s than to lose out on a couple thousands of dollars. So definitely your choice, but I know what I would choose, and so I just want to educate you on that. So once you are done with that inspection period, so the inspection period typically lasts between 7 to 10 days. Step 5 is the loan underwriting process. So this is the process where the loan is going to the lenders. They're figuring out all the numbers. They're calculating. I'll let them do their little thing over there because, again, I am a professional and a licensed real estate agent and realtor by trade. I am not a lender, neither am I an underwriter, so I don't know everything that they do, but I just know what they do, they're good at. So during this underwriting process, banks are actually going through and getting everything needed for your loan and accounted for, so that you can actually move forward with the process of closing your home. So again, because I am on the buyer side, selling side, and the process of just like finding you a home, I'm not so privy to what the bank's doing, but I know that they're doing what they do best. So during this process of underwriting is typically between the client and the banks. But I'm there to just always keep you informed, to keep you updated about any information, and to answer any questions that you may have. But typically it takes about 30 to 45 days to close, depending on the lender. So that 30 to 45 day period that it takes to close does not include the time that it actually took to find your home. This is all of the 30 to 45 days after all of that. So again, now also during this process, this is when the title company is going through to make sure that there are no liens on the title, and make sure that there are no clouds or anything crazy going on with the title. During this process, the title company are checking the abstract. They're also checking the chain of title. So basically all of the previous owners, they're checking just the history and summary of the title to make sure that the title is free and clear and that you'll be good to go to make sure that you're able to close on your home. Literally, the title company, by them doing what they do best is and going through and doing all they little stuff that they need to do to ensure that the title is good, this literally protects your peace. You can sleep at night knowing that your title is being checked and knowing that you're going to get yourself into an investment that's actually worth it, and you don't find yourself with a whole crazy mess fiasco on your hand. So let the title company do what they does, and we just going to wait it out and be patient, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that everything goes right with the purchasing of your home. So once the title is clear and the loan comes back from underwriting, we move into scheduling you a closing date. This is so very exciting. We're almost to the finish line. You should be so super proud of yourself. You should be so super excited. It's almost time to bear gifts and bring gifts and celebrate, right? So closing typically takes place at the seller's title company. And so from there, it takes about maybe 30 to 45 minutes to close. Make sure you bring your bifocals, your flashlight, magnifying glass, everything that you need, because you will be reading and signing a lot of documentation. But once you sign that dotted line, you and you, all of you, once you sign that dotted line, you are a homeowner. Goals. Yeah. You officially accomplished your goal. That may have been on your dream board. That may have been on your vision board. It may have just been on that board written in your heart and written in your mind. And you're like, God, Lord, you know. Lord, you know. So, you are a homeowner. Woo! Like, there should have been some imaginary fireworks that you just saw go off right now, all over in your screen. Yes, so very excited for you. And if you're in Texas and you're looking to buy a home or you're looking to sell your home, I'm your girl, your favorite real estate agent, your favorite realtor, officially Natalia Turner. So I know and understand and realize that this process can be very stressful. It can be very time consuming. Sometimes you can feel sad and down. Other days, for some people, this process can be easy and simple. It literally just depends on the person, or it depends on the people. But I want you to know that you've done it. If you've finally been through this process and you finally finish and you sign that dotted line, you are now officially a homeowner. You have something that you can call your own, and you should be so very proud of you and your own accomplishment. And now we can take boomerangs and make boomerangs with our sold signs, with our keys dangling, all of that good stuff. Because why? We are millennials. That's what we do. Like, we post stuff on Instagram and post stuff on Facebook and all on social media, because why? That's what we do. Like, this is the era that we in. This is our era. We are millennials. We does that. So you should be so very proud of yourself. Again, congratulations to you. If you're saying you were watching this video and you're in the last phases of becoming a homeowner, or if you're in the stage in phase 1 of becoming a homeowner and you found this video helpful, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, because that actually helped me with the algorithm of YouTube, and it helps me be seen and viewed by many others, which essentially is what I want to do, not for the sake of myself, but for the sake of helping others, educating others, and inspiring others along this journey. So again, if you are enjoying this content, please be sure to support, so that if it's helping you, you are able to help me. And in return, that's going to be able to help somebody else that is desiring to learn and watch or be inspired by anything that I may be posting on my page. So again, thank you. Bye.